Libra. So, welcome to your life purpose and career reading for the year 1 until 22. But please keep in mind, whenever you see this video, is when the messages apply to you. I have already shuffled a lot of different decks since I'm going to be using a variety. So, let's get started with your messages. And keep in mind, guys, whatever I mention, it not only has to do with work and making money. There could be something that you're doing, maybe in volunteer or part time or as a hobby, or maybe it's just something you need to experience. It could be an emotional thing. So I'm giving you some ideas, so just stay open on what you can expect for anyone. So this card here, guys, popped up for you two times. Okay, so I'm just going to put it here. Yeah, it popped out twice, so I really wanted to speak, and this is a builder. So your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So for a lot of you, I'm seeing you could see the future, you could see where you want to go. For many of you, you know what it is that you want and how to move forward, especially during these difficult times and circumstances we're finding ourselves in with the whole quarantine and lockdowns. So I am seeing a lot of you, you're seeing that the world is changing a little bit. Well, for a lot, actually, it was a bit drastic to happen. And it's like you couldn't, not many people saw this kind of thing coming. So you could see far and beyond, right? Of what's to come and how things can maybe unfold, and what job opportunities are starting to present themselves or will be popular maybe in the future. So I could see you having your third eye is wide open and you could see far into the future here. A lot of you, though, will be focused on um, building a business, like a website or a platform where you could express yourself in some unique way. And I'm hearing take the path less traveled. So a lot of you will be focusing on doing it a little bit differently from how, regular society functions. So I'm seeing you going off that path. For those of you listening for a bit, I'm seeing his headscarf there, or it's like some sort of material, but I'm seeing like blue collar jobs. Okay, so especially maybe for the men listening, or even though some women, right? It could be you're working with your hands, maybe doing something in construction, electrician, something physical with tools. Okay, so you could be fixing cars, right? It's something hands on that you're guided to use your physical body to do some sort of job. And I could see this person is very physically fit, um, in the image here. So it's also saying you will be spending some time sculpting your own body, okay, and building yourself up. It could be on an emotional level as well. So maybe you've been through something hard emotionally, that's made you lose your confidence, made you feel like very vulnerable, and now you're gaining the courage in the coming year to build yourself back up again. Okay, so this is also a very spiritual, emotional message that I'm getting here. Okay, and I'm seeing the wings here, so I'm hearing spread your wings and fly. Okay, so breaking free out of some situation as well. Yeah, lots of messages, guys. That's why this card wanted to come out twice, because I'm getting a lot of things that I've never really seen before with this card. Some of you might even be having like a green thumb, so you could be good with like gardening or doing some physical work around the house or in the garden, or doing it like going back to basics and rebuilding something, rebuilding your life, rebuilding a business. So anything that has to do with a renewal of some sort. So yeah, that's very interesting here. Okay, guys. So the next card you have for your life purpose, moving forward in one, I'm seeing, heart's desires. So this is to follow your dreams. Pay attention to what your heart is asking for you to do, because you will find success where your intuition leads you. And actually, most success stories that have happened out there, the majority of them, and there's been like a percent it's actually a study has been done where most successful people have relied on that gut intuition or something that just told them in their heart, like to keep moving with this, even though it didn't seem logical or other people were naysayers towards them or anything like that. Okay, so the angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. So I feel like for some of you, whatever you do have in your heart, write it down. Pray to your angels to give you synchronicities and opportunities to ensure for you that this is the right path for you. um, and I'm also seeing some of you, you've had enough in a specific type of job or career, and I see a lot of you in one, you're actually turning your back on this situation and walking away. Okay. Again, it could be relationship as well, but this is where the break free is coming in from. This is where I'm seeing it, and rebuilding your life. So turning your back on something to rebuild again. So what is it in your heart's desires? There's something there, and that's the seed that where everything begins. It's from a wish that your heart has, and then you could slowly take the practical steps towards it. And if you see it doesn't work, you could say, hey, I did it, I tried it, maybe this wasn't what I thought it was, and then you could work on a new dream. So don't be afraid to take the steps towards your heart desires. And you could even do this on the side while working in your traditional role. Take some time throughout the day or maybe in the week, however the schedule meets your needs, to work step by step on that main goal, that main dream that you have. It could be an hour every day. It could even be an hour in the week. Just set that goal to say this in this time of the week, no matter how overwhelmed you are, you're going to focus on the dream, okay? So you'll be surprised what can unfold after you put some time and energy in that dream. Let's see here. And I see wish fulfillment. So some of you, you will achieve your heart's desires. For many of you, you dream. I'm seeing a big ocean here too. So I feel like a lot of you, maybe you want to live by water. You get inspired living by water, and you want to maybe go to a place where you're more connected to nature and water overall. So maybe that's something you're thinking of doing in the coming year. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, so you have trust. So trust your feelings and dreams to guide your path. Okay, so I'm seeing here dreams twice. So honestly, this is a big confirmation that's saying, like, follow your dreams, whatever it is that you're in your heart, to go after it. And again, I'm seeing this person here and this person. You're really good, Libra, in seeing the big picture of things. You could see events unfold before they happen. You have a lot of clairvoyance, and your third eye is getting awakened. So I am feeling here, even if some of you ask for some help or a prayance, you will see something in your dream. So write down your dreams when you're writing things down, okay? Sorry, when you're dreaming of things, write them down. Numerous times, like there's been places I've always wanted to visit, or I'm curious about maybe like relocating, and I've always said, okay, God, Creator, please guide me in what direction I should move forward to, what new location. And usually I would see a piece of land and dream, and it was like a sign, right, towards moving. And I get a sense of, okay, I know this is this place, right? So whether it's like a place calling you to go for vacation or permanently, I mean, that is, you'll get that feeling, right? And then when you go, you'll see whether it's for you or not, right? But overall, I could see some of you, you have really good supervising skills, right? You're in charge or a manager of some sort of company. You have a little bit extra responsibility here, overseeing the company. You could be an entrepreneur, CEO of your own company. I'm seeing here a little bit more of a focus, paying attention to where the company is moving on a global scale. So you're really investigating. I'm seeing this card here. This woman in the picture, she's holding this globe in her hands. Okay, and that could be looking at the world, trying to see where you want to move next to relocate. But I'm also seeing it could be like a company in your hands. Okay, um, so this is saying you're kind of like overseeing things to see what move you should make next, or what move the people working there should make next, how you could um, make new strategies and ideas to move forward, right? For the success of this company. A lot of you are very intuitive, so that's why it's saying trust your feelings to guide you with whatever you're dreaming of. Whatever nudge you get in your belly, that's like a confirmation. If you get butterflies, that's also a confirmation. If you feel a tightness of like holding back, that's maybe like a sense for you to wait a little. But because most of you are intuitive and clairvoyant, I am seeing this as a crystal ball as well. So maybe some of you have that psychic in you and you're really intuitive and want to work in the healing arts or as a medium. Maybe that's something you want to explore. So some of you might even be merging crystal ball work in your intuitive business. Okay, I am seeing that as well. It could even be tessiography, so working with the coffee or tea up to tea leaves or something, right? And helping others empower themselves in life. So, this also could be investigation. Some of you are really good detectives, and you're good at uncovering lies or bringing out the truth. This could be even watching like the news and really paying attention to what's going on and bringing light and truth to others. Uh, so whatever it is that you're researching or finding. So I am seeing you use a bit of more of your research skills in the coming year and your investigative. Okay, all right, let's see here, guys. So beautiful card here. You have light and love. Okay, Libra. So that's part of your life purpose in this world. Your purpose is to bring divine healing light and love to this world. That's all that matters. um so wherever there is hate, wherever there is anger, sadness, all of those, it's just a mask for the absence of love. And you're there to restore that light and love in people, one step at a time, one person at a time. Many of you are light workers, and you're meant to shed that. Even if it's just like cracking a joke and lifting another person's spirits, that's still a big part of somebody's life purpose. It doesn't mean you're going to be getting paid for that, but some of you could be in roles where you are getting paid for this type of work of giving love and light. You could be working as a psychologist, as a counselor, as a coach. Maybe you're guiding children in some way, or teens, right? So whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever, maybe even look at your passions. If you're not sure what your passions are, see what gets you excited, what brings a flutter to your heart, and also see what makes you mad, because maybe there's something you could change with whatever makes you angry, and you feel injustice in some type. Oh God, starting to sound like a baby. Some type of area. Um, See what raises a fire in you, because that's passion too, and maybe you could channel that anger into something productive, something that could change the world in some way. Okay. So yeah, this is a very beautiful card, but it could just be you're there for your children, or you're there for your friends' children, or it could even be lending a little bit of a support to someone or a friend that needs an extra hand, just giving encouragement to others. They come to you because they don't feel any sort of judgment, and that's a great way to raise people's light and vibration. Okay, so that's like the end goal here, guys. Like right now, I'm really sensing there's a great battle with negative and says. So I feel like there's so much fear and worry right now, where it's like a lot of low vibrations on the planet, and you're there to calm people down, to lift them up. So if we could do that, just lift the vibrations of the planet, and do that, every person we encounter, you'll create miracles. I really believe that, and you'll be surprised how far it's going to reach. And that could be through speaking, it could be through writing, it could be just having like one-on-one contact with people. So this is the main purpose here, is to raise people up. Love is the main. Okay, so remember that. Okay, let me get rid of that one. Hey, look what you guys got. You have spiritual teachers. So you heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. So, guys, this is a very big purpose. Some of you might even be in maybe theology. I'm seeing the different religions here. So maybe some of you are bringing this light and love into the world through some sort of religious teaching, but it could just be spiritual as well, maybe leading as a life coach, as an intuitive coach. Okay. So maybe in this coming year, you're going to think of bringing more of this skill that you have to bring light and love to people through maybe an online class or a webinar, maybe a workshop. I know it's a little hard. You don't know what's happening with like this whole, situation. And a lot of people have been moving their lessons online through Zoom, through YouTube. So maybe you're going to focus on doing more of that, okay? Especially if you've been working before one on one with people in person. It could be that you're moving more to an online basis, I'm seeing here. But, you're a powerful force, I'm seeing, and you're going to step into your power a lot in until you're going to start taking this life path very seriously, some of you. Um, and I feel like you're going to really bring out that potential in people and also allow others to follow their own spiritual path, right? You're not like preaching or ingraining your own beliefs onto them, all right? You're allowing for them to discover their own path. And that's what's really great about you is you're very open to people. You're the scales, you're the justice, you're the middle person, right? You see all sides of a coin. So you're very compassionate as well, and you are working towards building and developing more of that compassion in your life. So yeah, guys, this is a big one. People are coming to you for advice, and there's a lot of spiritual teachers like undercover. I find like you could find them in teaching jobs, you could find them under like counseling roles. It could just be like you could be a spiritual teacher anywhere. Like you could be even like cleaning like a building, and the workers there come to you for like advice on how to better their well-being and come to you because you give them like less stress, or like they feel comfort in your presence, right? Like don't disregard this like role. It's very powerful, and it could come undercover under different titles. So it's not like you have to advertise yourself as this, like as a spiritual teacher, or intuitive or like psychic or anything like that. Well, it could be, but overall, you could be this under like a conventional job or any type of role. So yeah, don't disregard it, guys. Like, you could even be working, let's say, in a grocery store, and people love coming to you because you give a positive message to them in the day. So, there was a story once I heard. There was a grocery clerk at the cash register, and people loved going to this person. I can't remember where I saw this, but it was on YouTube if you look for it. And he would give them like to choose like or give them a daily message, like when you unwrap the chocolates and they give you a little fortune or message, and people would line up to go to his register just to get that message. So that was like building relationships with people and like a positive impact after they left, right? So that's like going above and beyond. But anyway, it's something small, but please don't neglect your purpose for that. So, really beautiful cards here, guys. I'm really excited to hear what any of you have in store. And whatever you feel or think about, any jobs that come up for you, feel free to put them in the comments section. And others can get inspired too by your comment, right? We're all in this together. So let's see what the abundance angels have for you. How can Libra better their career path and bring in more finances to their life or create more abundance? Okay, a card popped out for you. Let's see here. Wow, Libra. All right, Libra, you have windfall of abundance. Oh my gosh, here we go. So, an increase in abundance is arriving in different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. Okay, guys. So I don't know, maybe some of you are going to play the lottery and you're going to have some surprise money coming in. But I mean, this doesn't mean you shouldn't work towards your goals. Don't be like, oh, I have a windfall coming. I'm going to relax. Okay. So don't do that. But this is saying, wherever it is that you need, like if you're struggling in some area, something's going to pop out of nowhere. It could be some paycheck from like a government, some government support. It could be, maybe it could be something small, like you didn't cook like for the day and you don't have enough cash to go out and grab like something to eat, or someone in that moment like maybe goes out with you like a friend and buys you food, for example, or brings food at home to you. So uh, abundance can come in different forms. So that's what I'm trying to tell you is something comes in out of the blue. Okay, I'm just trying to see what else here, but you need to be open to receiving. Okay, so also make sure it's like safe, and it's not anything weird, like because sometimes things could be too good to be true, right? Especially those emails that get sent, oh, you won like thousands of dollars. No. Okay, be careful of stuff like that. Okay, don't click any links. Okay, so just be very mindful of that. But I am seeing there's some project you're working on or some dream you want to manifest, and I feel like there will be help for that. And there's lots of organizations and like websites that help fund certain projects like crowdfunding and Kickstarter. So I feel like there's something like that. If your idea is really cool and your project, there's support online that could help you. It could even be a charity, or maybe you're an activist of some sort for some sort of cause. There's so many websites now like change.org. So there's something, if your belief or your values are in alignment with what's meant to happen, with what spirit wants, I feel like you're going to get a lot of support, and they're channeling through you to make this dream come to life. All right, guys. So that's what I'm getting here. So let me just make sure I'm good on timing. All right, guys. So now I want to see what skills Libra is able to use in one. So what skills can you move forward with? Let's check it out. This is for Libra. So I'm shuffling some cards. That's good news. Everybody likes to hear windfall of a. All right, guys. Hey, good stuff. Okay, so a lot of social, a lot of art, it's a lot of artistic and enterprising skills that you guys have. So, hey, writing things, that's a major skill a lot of you Libras have. So, look for opportunities, maybe in freelance if you want to make extra income online, writing, editing, proofreading. Um, writing things is a skill that you're going to be using a little bit more of in the coming year. It could be that you're writing copy for your own business on your website. It could be that maybe you're in taking a class and you're writing essays. Okay, so it could be that as well. But your skill of writing will be very important, and it will help you in achieving this as well and bringing light and love. Some of you might even be writing ebooks, maybe opening like a blog or something like that. But it's saying writing will be important not only for your work but also for yourself. Okay, some of you I feel maybe have stopped writing in a journal your feelings, your thoughts, and writing is really powerful, guys. Like anytime I've written something and I forgot about it, I look back like 5 years prior to something I wrote, and I'm like, oh God, I actually achieved that, or I did that. So if you want to write down your dreams, or maybe you're not sure how you want to proceed next, write a list on the stuff you want to accomplish. And then from that list, maybe 1 to 10, 1 to 5, pick something that really pulls your heartstrings right now. Okay, guys? And you'll gain a little bit more clarity to move to the next step. But what's important with writing is you take off the scatter in your mind and you put it on a different source, on a piece of paper. Okay, so that's going to be really important for you. This is part of giving light and love. I feel like it's connecting a lot with the spiritual teacher card and light and love. So, healing wounds. Okay. So, a lot of you, this is a social skill you have, and you could be, uh, working with this. So, you could be working as a counselor, psychologist, psychiatrist. And if not, maybe these are careers that you're interested in getting into, especially now with the quiet time. A lot of you might have been going back, taking classes, going back to school. So I feel like for this, you'd be good at handling maybe disputes between two people, or any traumas people have faced. Like it could be psychotherapy, right? Digging deep into somebody's past. This could even be past life regression, guys. So some of you might be interested in that. And not only doing this for work, but applying this for yourself. I feel like a lot of you will have a lot of awakenings in the coming year of where you've been wounded from like a child, and digging up some traumas, bringing them to the surface and actually dealing with them, so you don't have that block anymore, and so you can move forward in your life and in your work. Okay, so this is very important, healing wounds. Okay, so some of you have investigative skills, so researching things. So um, you could be in a job, guys, where it's going to require a lot research from you. It could be that you're dealing with client cases. Maybe some of you are in the legal field, or maybe in some sort of political work. Okay, so it could be police work, detective work, anything like that. You could even be in the medical field. I'm seeing like maybe you're doing like scientific research or something like that. But I feel like some of you are doing a lot of it. Like I know in right now, like there's a lot of confusion out there, a lot of misinformation, and people are looking for truth. Okay, so I feel like your life purpose is using this skill to dig up some information and bring out the truth in people, um, or bring out the truth of what's happening, and bringing that light to the public through writing things, through that other skill that you have. Okay, so I feel like research, okay, it's a big part of your life purpose. Okay, making deals. So this is enterprising. So making deals, you could find this in real estate, sales. All right, it could be negotiating something to sell services or products that you're passionate about. So if you guys are getting into this kind of thing, like where you're making deals, make sure you know your product, research your product. Okay, so here it comes. There, you're going to have to research a lot about this service or this product in order so you could best advertise it, okay, and maybe write about it. But I feel like this is a skill that you're really good at having, because you're really welcoming and open with people. People trust you. You build trust when you deal with people. So it's like people buy from people. Okay, it's not that's like the main thing here. That's how people get push their sales, is because they're very open, they're very positive, and very persuasive. Okay, so you're that type of person people go to. You're very friendly. I think you would excel in sales and advertising something. So that's a great skill you could use to work in a company, to build that company, but also to build your own business. But in order to do this, guys, the number one thing in sales is you need to really believe in what you're selling, because that's the main seed on your success. Okay, and that's what's going to determine your growth, right? Is if you really believe what you're doing. Because trust me, people, they're very intuitive too by nature. They could sense when someone's just trying to pull the wool over their eyes. People get that nudge. People sense desperation as well. So make sure you're not chasing what you attract. Okay, usually what people seek, they will find, right? And you'll be that point of their interest. So don't be too forceful if you're doing this. That's the advice I want to give. And also use your intuition. If you have like a list of clients you want to call, or like a list of something that you're gathering, and maybe you're researching it, um, sometimes people don't you don't have to go by each person on that list to just make the calls. Sometimes if you research and you get like an intuit like listen to your intuition, you might get like a tug of like this person might be interested, or maybe what you're selling, this person's services or mission, it aligns to what you want to do. So pay very close attention to that, because I think you'll catch more flies, like, right? Or what's that, what's that phrase they say, um with the honey? I forgot. Maybe someone could put it in the comments. Okay, so yeah, making deals, guys, that's a big part of your life purpose. Let's see here now. All right, and guys, just to let you know, if you're interested in this type of reading, to get a personal reading, I have it in my Etsy page, and it's in the link below. I also have a workplace card deck. Okay, so you have different keywords of work. So let's see here. I'm going to throw some cards from this deck and see what you got. Libra, what can they expect? And the word, let's see here, Libra. Ooh, okay, so there's some interesting things here. Yikes, these came together. Okay, all right, guys. So you have competition and envy. And so some of you, it could be, ooh, if you're working in sales, I do see that you're excelling and people are wondering how you're doing it, how you're bringing in like that income, right? Or maybe you're doing something and you're excelling in your own business, and you have a competition kind of looking at you and being like, how are they doing this? So don't be pulled down by naysayers or people trying to pull you down, okay? And even if you see maybe they're like copying you or something, like don't focus on that. It's just going to lower your vibration. You could do it better. So they're not the same person as you. You have a specific personality type. You have a specific soul, and what you're offering, no one could do what you're doing specifically and in the mannerism you're doing it, okay? So if this is you like getting into the competitive mode or envious mode, make sure it's not like in a negative like jealous way. Like I know it's natural, sometimes we're jealous of others where they are. You're kind of like complaining like how did they get there and I'm not even there yet. But use that person's like success to motivate you and be like, you know what, if they could do it, like I could do it too, why not, right? So, and keep in mind, whatever you're seeing on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, everyone has their own time. Just remember that, okay? So, just because you're not at that level, it doesn't mean you're never going to get there. So, maybe you have to experience something else on your path. So, if that's you, just remember that and take some time for self care and focusing on your own work than looking at like what others are doing. But I can see, um, because Libras usually, you are like very easily you become the spotlight and you have so many skills. You're a person that people love. So I can see somebody in your work environment that's maybe even like kind of giving you the evil eye at times. Like I feel like they're very jealous of you. So just be careful like who you open up to, who you befriend. Okay. Be very cautious of that. All right. So keep your enemies like your friends close but your enemies closer type of thing, okay? So don't put your whole trust into someone, especially when it comes to working together or building a partnership, doing work together. You don't have to say yes right away and shake their hand to say, yeah, let's get this going, let's be partners. Be a little bit cautious, like and especially when it comes to making deals, make sure you give all the information to people. So just be a little bit mindful of that because you don't want like problems down the road, especially if you're desperate and making a deal with someone. Be very careful of that because it could come back to bite you, I'm sensing. Okay, so yeah, use your intuition when it comes to dealing with people. But this could be a good competition. It means that maybe you're striving towards the same goal in a company, and like you use the other one's drive to kind of beat them, but you're both kind of raising the success of the company. So you could be playing with each other like that as well. I've done that too in certain jobs where it's like, you beat me in that. Okay, let me see what I could do now. So it could be a playful competition. Okay, so that's one thing. Yeah, some of you guys, you're walking away from a job that's no longer serving you. I see you going into a new career path. So if you feel like it's the people that it's like it's not changing, or you just feel lack of energy waking up, going to work, it's just something's you're too sensitive in your surroundings. Maybe you're getting irritated. It's affecting your family life. You're angry every day. You're bringing your work home and that energy, and it's just overwhelming you. I feel like it's time to explore new options and go off on a new path, okay? So if that's you, and maybe if you're not doing anything right now, maybe you're waiting to hear from an old job and they haven't called you back, I feel like it's telling you get on that path towards exploring new options and get a new career path. So you could be interested in researching something else, reading books, going back to school. Some of you could be doing that. Okay, shift work might help some of you as well. So you could be doing work on the side of your main job, or maybe you don't have a full time job right now, so it's guiding you to do some shift work. where you have different hours because I feel it energizes you instead of that 9 to 5. It could be like part time work or maybe seasonal work as well. Okay, so that's going to benefit you this year. Maybe you're doing some temporary jobs here and there, and that's going to help you discover what you really want in your next move or next career path. Okay, so you don't have to commit to something fully. You could do things like on the side, you could do some shift work to see what it is that you really like. Okay, I'm going to leave this reading, guys, with an affirmation because I went a little bit over time. So let's see what affirmation, Libra, you could tell yourself towards bettering your health and well being and bringing more balance in your life. This is your affirmation to go, guys. I love and accept family exactly as they are right now. So this has something to do with family. I am ready to be healed. I am willing to forgive. All is well. Yeah, so guys, this is maybe there's something you're holding some grudges in regards to a family member. Maybe you feel you're blaming them for maybe some decisions you've made or not made. I don't know. The naysayers or something could be within the family. All right, be very careful with this. I feel like don't take that guilt on, right? Don't be angry too because they have their own fears and insecurities and they're just projecting that on you. So it has nothing to do about you and your own skills and abilities. And also ask yourself how you played a part in this drama, right? Because it does take two to tango. So if you're blaming maybe a family member or there's something you feel anger towards, there's also something you've like agreed to in this union too with that family member. So ask yourself what you learned and what the positive things were from being in this situation. What did you get out of, just so you could be in a more positive state of mind. um, so your family, a member of your family, they are how they are. That's how they were brought up. They've already made their choices in their life. They've already developed their own belief systems. Okay, so there's no need to fight or make people change their mind if that's what you're doing. It's just saying for you to accept things as they are, and how your loved ones have the path they've taken. Okay, but you're able from this moment on to choose your own path moving forward. So forgiveness isn't like really accepting the other person's behavior. Forgiveness is not willing to carry that burden in yourself or that toxicity in your heart and your soul. So if you've been walking around with maybe guilt or anger or sadness, you could release that, guys, and you could choose your path moving forward and adapt and start creating a lifestyle that you want to live. So you might feel that there's no options for you, but if you really look at your life, like maybe there's something a step you don't want to take, or maybe like it's a fear and it's also holding you back, keeping you codependent on maybe a family member or a situation. Okay, so that's something you need to work through, right? So Libras could take on the workload of others and give care, and but that's the care that you usually want to give, right? Libras are usually known to be giving and caring. So maybe there's somewhere you need to place a boundary and take a step back. Is what I'm saying here. So where you think you don't have any control, you really do if you look at the situation. Maybe you could talk to like a counselor or someone like spiritual coach. You could be seeking the spiritual coach to help you on your next steps moving forward. Okay, guys, so I'm going to leave it here. I hope you got some insights from this. I wish you well on your path and see you soon. Bye bye.